Morale's coming up next, guys. Whoop. Why do I have 2 of the tournament sheets open? That's just silly. Yep, continue that script. No, I can't see it anymore. Alright, so we got Desade and who? Higgins! Sorry about that, guys.
Okay. Desade, Rails, you guys good? Then the new...
Oh, let me edit that text real quick.
That was quite the match, and you know,
I honestly didn't see that axe shield coming.
Well,
just...
you know, there's the classic eviscerate where you just boom, yeah, and that's exactly what happened. And Drigan was played smart by keeping it.
He did. He did not show it until he absolutely had to.
And he knew it too, because I might have said it a little too early, but I saw he was on his hammer, and I saw the axe equip, and then swapped to Hambo real quick so no one could see it.
Sneaky, beaky-like, as they say.
Very, very sneaky. And I was thinking that you might have needed that CC to keep Serene off his pace.
Not when you got that burst damage. As we see, wow, we have our first... Well, Percy's rocking his engineer right now. But that's not who we're playing up against. We're playing against Desade versus Rails. Wow. And it looks like you guys went really overly excited with that match, too. So we're waiting on Desade at the current moment. Meanwhile, I'm going to pop up that sweet bitchin' overlay I made, just so you guys can look at it, while we wait for our next set of contestants right now. While we do, let's take a look. Nope, I can't do that actually, sorry. We'll just take a look at their skill bar at the current moment, which you guys can't see anyway because there's a bunch of shit on the bottom. So, looks like he's running typical Condi, no not Condi, Medigard. Any word on Desade?
It appears as if Desade does not know how to spell the password.
Oh, okay.
So he's having trouble joining the server.
That's alright. This isn't a spelling bee. This is a PvP tournament.
It's a simple password too. You know,
so,
I knew that we could have this problem. So we got people in here that might not be able to do it. All right, Desade is in. Desade is in.
He's on his Ellie, hopefully. On his very fashionable Ellie. Take a look at that. What is going on with that? Of course, Rails rocking Sunrise right now. Alright, are we ready? They're both bowing. No, don't start. Higgins, please.
Yes, I'm here. They act like barbarians up in the other dueling setup, and they slash bow.
Oh, well, whatever works. While I turn this off. Well, if they want to slash bow, if they don't want to slash bow, if they want to slash laugh, whatever, I'm just here for the PvP. And so is 146 other people.
10 seconds.
10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Alright, so wow, Rails just judges intervention right to Desade. He doesn't give a fuck. But he doesn't end up doing that much damage to him. He switches the water to him right away and then switches right back to Earth. He ends up getting a lot of damage on him though. Both at about 80% health now. But it looks
Another
like
heavy versus Ellie. We'll see how this works out.
he is running that Medi guard though. Quite meta of him. It does work pretty well. Desade unable to get his attack, but he does bring him around 60% health before Rails heals himself. He switches the water to him, trying to get anything, but Rails just pulls him in. Ooh, this could be the quick burst that needs to win the round.
Quite the large burst against Rails.
Mm-hmm. He does have his Ride the Lightning though. Switches the water and just get his chill.
And we're
Desade switches the fire. Mm-hmm. Desade does have his 1 cooldown, and he ends up using, so he switches the Earth Attunement. Rails is relatively low. He does have a lot of connies on him. If he doesn't get out of here, that is round 1 to Desade. So it looked kind of iffy in the beginning, but he's able to turn it around on his DDL.
That high burst scepter burst.
Let's see how Rails will affect his build and try to counteract that. Did swap to sword focused, it looks like. So that will be interesting to see. Guess we're waiting on them to Rails for him to reset. Looks like he's ready. He does switch to the hammer. Let's see if he's trying to get some stuns off. Looks like he was watching the Dregan versus Serene video.
Rails is ready to go, and Desade, you're good. 15 seconds.
Running great sword
10
hammer.
seconds.
We'll see how this works out. Let's see if he does a judge's intervention again. He might not want to initiate the fight.
4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Oh, he does. He does end up judge's intervention right into him and doing a spin to win. And he does get a lot of damage off, but Desade just switches right to water attunement and mitigates anything he just did. Unfortunately, they're both going toe-to-toe on damage right now. They're not afraid to keep hitting each other. Not Serena, excuse me, Desade trying to back out, but he does get locked in by Rails' hammer 5, but he ends up getting knocked down.
Yeah, it goes back to that classic CC that I was talking about. It's so important earlier. When you're CCing people and messing up their attunements, it goes a lot against Ellies, especially DD.
Let's see if Rails can actually capitalize it. He himself just got stunned, and he's down around 50% health right now. He ends up using his heal. 5 seconds left on it. He ends up getting chilled and flamed at the same time. Tries to do any damage, but it ends up getting blocked. He's just having no effect on Desade right now. Desade, meanwhile, just gets stunned. Rails trying to back up. Wow, that was an interesting judge's intervention right on top of him, trying to hammer him in. Does have him locked into that circle until it goes away, but just not doing enough damage right now. Switching to Desade, we'll see that he's in fire attunement. He has armor of earth left on his cooldowns. Well, he's trying to get as much burst off as possible on Raze. Raze is just sitting there and taking it. Not really doing anything to go away. Desade just jumping around him, interrupting him, switching to water attunement, trying to do as much damage as possible. Raze is on about 50% health now after using his heal skill. Desade about 90%, just doing little to no damage against Desade right now. Trying to lock him in with a hammer, but he ends up bursting him down for a quick 2-0 for Desade. So it looks like Rails was unable to effectively CC Desade and interrupt his transitions, even with the switch. But GG, good fights. Or GF technically. So that goes 2-0 in favor of Desade. It's like, who we got up next? It looks like Perseus and Amon are sizing
Looks
each
like
other
we
up.
have Barely and Bacon.
Alright, Barely and Bacon. Now, if I remember correctly, Barely won his fight pretty quickly. Quick 2-0. Don't want to do that.
Alright, I'm gonna go get the other guys.
Okay. Meanwhile, I am going to set up the cool overlay. No, don't show that yet. That's super secret. Not until later. Sorry, guys. But, as you can see, we got Barely versus Bacon up next in our second round of quarterfinals. Should be interesting. As we wait for them, we will showcase a little bit what's going on in the other arena with Perseus versus Amon Atori. Looks like Perseus is taking a brunt of the damage with his ranger against appears to be a short bow thief, short bow dagger, sword dagger thief. So stick around, guys. It should be quick. Just waiting for them to hop in channel to get their PvP round underway. Oh, look at them dance. They're just dancing around each other. And it looks like Amon got the better of Perseus in that round. If you guys want to see what's going on in that fight, head on over to twitch.tv/scrubzol. He is hosting our B channel for this tournament, casting it all by his lonesome. And it looks like that was the end of that round.
Which one of these fit? Yeah, let me take the Blaze match.
Okay. Yeah, we got Blaze earlier, so. Once again, guys, all headwear is sponsored by Pixelis. If Pixelis is still in the chat, you can contact her about getting these sweet looking hats. One size fits all, of course. Roxo, thank you for typing Zol's chat in there. While we wait for our next matchup, which is Barely versus Bacon. And it looks like Bacon has made it himself present in the arena, rocking that mohawk with the Black Asuran, and Barely has made it as well. Two Ellies, both running DD. This will be interesting to see. Not really that much different in their utility skills, other than with Barely running Mist Form and Bacon running Arcane Shield. We'll see if that makes sense.
Both DD Ellies, fairly similar builds. If the fight goes and not much is happening, we're gonna call it. I'll call it. I'll give you a warning. And then after that, we're gonna just start taking away utilities. Okay? Sound good? I'm gonna call it the timer, guys. No need to slash bow. We're ready in 15 seconds. If you guys are both good.
All right. If you guys think Barely is gonna win, type Barely in the chat. If you think Bacon's gonna win, type Bacon.
10 seconds.
Let's see who's gonna win this. While I turn off this gibberish. Oh nope, turn that off.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Alright, Barely's going to let Bacon come to him, but he actually... Ooh, they both swap positions. This is interesting. None ready to make a move yet. Barely going to swoop right into him. Gets that interrupt skill off. Switches to water. Tries to get the chill off on him. Ends up not doing that much damage to either of them. Both are just hitting each other with their lightning whips right now. This might be the fight of all fights right now.
Yeah, this is... I might call it in like a minute.
Alright. We'll see what happens. Let's see if anyone can really stand out from the pack right now. DD v DD. Switching Earth to Minera right now. Just trying to get any type of damage on him. He does have a stack of bleed on him, but doesn't really do much at this point. Meanwhile, he gets 3 stacks of his own as well as burning. Down to about 95% health right now. Barely trying to go in for the attack. Trying to get anything he possibly can on each other. not doing too much damage. Unfortunately, it's just one type of matchups.